So first is the house rent allowance. In house rent allowance, when the employer is giving you an HRA, which is like the money paid to you in order to take care of your house rental expenses, to pay your house rent. So for this, the employees are categorized as per the cities. If an employee is living in a metro city and an employee is living in a non-metro city. Okay, so you have two different categories. Metro cities includes Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta, and Chennai. So that is one category. If you are working in any of these cities, then there is a slight difference in the limits and calculation. If you work in any other city, then there is a little different limits given. So what are the limits here? It will be HRA given to an employee will be exempt to the extent of least of the following. The least of actual HRA received, rent paid less 10% of the salary for the relevant previous year, and 50% of the salary paid for the relevant year. What is the definition of salary? Salary means basic, DA if provided in terms of employment, and commission as percentage of turnover, fixed percentage of turnover. And if it is a non-metro, then it will be the same. The one and two points are same, but the third one, rather 50%, you have to consider 40% only. Now let's take an example. Let's say an employee's basic salary is 20,000. He gets HRA of 10,000. And he has a DA, which is, say, another 10,000. Okay, so in that case, HRA is 15,000, DA is 10,000, but 50% or 60% forming part of retirement benefit. And the actual rent paid is 12,000. Okay. Or say the rent paid is also 15,000. Over here, let us assume that a person is staying in Mumbai and a person is staying in a non-metro. So the points you have, the first one is, you can say actual HRA received, then percentage of salary, and rent paid over 10% of salary. Now, what is salary over here? The salary will include basic of 20,000, DA. Out of this 10,000, only 60% is paid. For these calculations also, 60% is given for retirement benefit, and these benefits are also calculated on only that part of DA which is meant for retirement benefit. This is only for calculation purpose. This 60% is not being given, it's not being paid towards your retirement benefit. This 60% is only an indication that out of 10,000, only 6,000 to be considered for computing the retirement benefit. It is not that 60% is paid towards retirement benefit.
Then rest for 4,000 would be considered as what? Normal?
Nothing. It is just your salary. It's just your salary. An employer may say that 100% of DA forming part of your retirement benefit. He may say only 50% forms part of your retirement. That means for whatever contribution that they are doing, like towards your provident funds or pension. So they may only consider that 50-60% only for contributing towards your pension and provident funds. Likewise,
Okay, okay, got it.
there is no commission mentioned here, so we will only take 26,000 to be the salary. So over here, if the employee is in Mumbai metro city, actual HRA received is 15,000. And if you are in Mumbai metro city, then whatever is your salary, uska 50% will be considered. Okay. In metro, 50% will be considered. In non-metro, only 40% will be considered. Okay. Same 15,000, 15,000, and rent paid over 10% of salary. Now, how much is the rent paid? Rent paid is 15,000. Over your salary is 26,000 considered. Salary ka 10%, which is like you are paying 15,000 over 10% of your basic your salary, so total salary. So this 26,000 ka 10% is 2,600. So 15,000 minus 2,600 will become 12,400. Okay. Similarly, the same calculation happens goes here also. Rent paid over 10% of your salary. 12,400. Now over here, actual HRA received is 15,000. And what is exempt? Exempt will be the least. Out of these three, what is the least? The least is, in case of metro, 12,400 is least. In case of non-metro, 10,400 is least. So the taxable part of HRA for a person in Mumbai will be 2,600, and in non-metro, it will be 4,600. This is how the calculation of HRA would happen. You can make a note of it. You have two categories, metro and non-metro. Kindly make a note of this. Everyone understood the process here? How HRA is calculated?
Yes, sir.
And remember this is only given to those people, like this is exemption is only provided to those people who actually pay rent. If you are living in your own house and you are getting the HRA, then it will become fully taxable. You get exemption only when you pay rent. If you do not pay rent, then it becomes fully taxable. And when you are paying rent, you need to, in the company, they ask for the proof. They ask for some rental agreement, the rent payment receipt, the rental receipt. All these things has to be produced in order to claim these benefits. And I think in the previous session, we also discussed that rent can be paid to a family member also. Officially, even that is allowed. But you should actually pay. You just on paper you write and you don't pay, then you can't claim that benefit. Like the house is in your name and you are paying the rent to your wife. That's not allowed, na? Because she doesn't own the house. How can she receive rent?
Okay, fine.
Okay, but let's say you are staying with your parents and the house is in the name of your father or mother, and you are officially giving them every month some money as a rent because you are staying in the house along with them. Then it is allowed.
Reach out today and let's do it professionally.